achieving more, telling it just like it is. Most of all, keeping it real. Are you ready for real talk? Changing lives and communities. Real talk. Saving all our families. Real talk. Bringing hope for you and me. Real talk. Real talk with Judy. Real talk with Judy on the radio. Real talk with Judy. Real talk with Judy on the radio.
Well, hello there. It is so good to have you here again with me for 1 hour of one hour of empowerment. I'm so glad that you're joining me today. I really appreciate it because you don't have to, but you choose to, and I thank you so very much for doing so. I'm glad to have you. I am recording. This episode is being broadcast live from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I am in Fort Lauderdale still, and just want to thank you all for tuning in to another great episode. I'm so glad to have you all to tune in. And do me a favor as you come in, and we'll put this on there. I guess I'll pin it. How about that? I'll pin it, and as you all come on, share it with me today. I'm excited about this show. Excited about what the Lord is doing. I really am. I love the Lord. I love y'all. So I want to thank you for tuning in to the only radio show, the podcast that's here to remind you that you are your own hero. So thank you for an hour of your time to empower and inspire you to make an indelible impact upon your life and to increase your faith. Everything you want to accomplish, it is possible. And it says so in Philippians 4:13, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So my brothers and sisters, this is what I want you to always remember, according to my presiding bishop, Bishop J. Drew Shear. So you have to see it before you see it, or you never will see it. And guess what? That really is real talk. I am Dr. Judy, the host of this amazing and impactful live radio show designed with you in mind. To all of you, thank you for joining me on the Real Talk with Judy live radio show. Whether you're joining by radio, Facebook Live, YouTube, and the radio app, I am honored and thankful that you've chosen to join me because you didn't have to. You know, we all have choices. Everything we do in life is a choice. Every single thing is a choice. And so I want to thank you for choosing to join me today. And please do me a favor, call, text, tag someone, email, whatever you need to do to get them on the line, get them to share with me today that I can share and impact them. So go ahead and contact as many as you can and invite them to come. Usually during this segment of the show, I am giving honor. I ask you to do that while I say hello to my mama, Mother Dr. Irma Hunter Wesley. And as the majority of people know, I found out that no matter, even though we thought we circulated it well on the internet, so many people were sharing it, so many people was telling their friends and their loved ones. We're finding out that so many people say they didn't know, but just continue to pray for our family. Just continue to pray for our family. My mom passed September 18th, and we buried her or eulogized her or laid her from her earthly home into the mighty hands of our loving God, even though we know when she passed, the spirit left. Because that's what we know, that once a person passed, the body goes back to the dust, to earth, and then the spirit, it goes where it goes. So, but she passed, and this past Saturday, man, we had a lovely home going for my mom. It was absolutely fantastic. I mean, powerful. Everyone I have talked with, everyone that I have talked with have talked about how grand the service was and how beautiful she was. Now, Friday night, she was decked down in her gold heels and a gold purse with pearls, or heels with pearls, and a beautiful hat. and a beautiful white dress that was handmade for her. I think Sister Tanya had it done for her retirement. But y'all, she was absolutely beautiful. And so I am thankful unto the Lord for everyone. When I tell you, from the city of Tallahassee, the state attorney, the public defender, our mayor, our sheriff, our undersheriff, our sheriff, Walt McNeil, our undersheriff, Ron Cave, and the COO of the sheriff department, Dr. Agatha Gilmore. I started I started this morning during my prayer time, devotion time with the Lord. I was writing everybody's name, but I don't want to call names on here because I do not want to miss anyone. People do not have to be nice to you at all. People don't have to do anything for you. So the Bible says, treat others as you want to be treated. And the love that was poured into us, man, words cannot express how thankful, how humble we were by those who attended the wake on that Friday night, those who attended her homegoing services, those who have brought food and call and text, resolution. We have so many resolutions, and I'm going to keep every last one of them. Every last one of them, I'm going to put them in each one of our siblings would get one, but I'm going to put all mine in this folder because people don't have to do anything. People do not have to do anything for you. But Jesus said in the Word of God to treat others as you want to be treated. And people say what you want. You want everybody want love. And we're going to talk about that today. Everybody want love, but you got to give love. You got to be kind to others and respect others. Life ain't just about you. You'll find out because all of us gonna have those hard days, right? But when I tell you that everybody have been so kind to us, even Overseer Greg James took last Wednesday his show and dedicated that first half to in the honor of my mom, Dr. Irma Hunter Wesley, and Dr. D's father, Mr. Benjamin, Mr. Benjamin, and we know that Mr. Ben, as we all call him, but we all know that he did not have to do that. That was kind. That was kind. People traveled from far and near. People made the sacrifice, made so many sacrifices to be with us on last Saturday. We don't take that lightly. And some came last Friday and had to leave. But you all showed up. And Tallahassee, I must give you this plug. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Had food sent from here to my mom's house. And we just greatly appreciate you all so much, so much. And every person who gave a resolution or a card that we know of, we will contact you personally because we want to say thank you to those who text. I think that we've been reaching out. So many of us, each one of our siblings have different, friends and stuff, but you all were phenomenal. The presiding bishop of our national church, Church of God in Christ, our general mother, the international department of hospitality, Mother Gabbard, and some of the ladies came. She came all the way from California to be there with us. The international district missionary department, Dr. Sanderson, she had a representative, district missionary Speed, and it was just phenomenal. My bishop and his wife, Bishop Jimmy Williams, and the Lighthouse family. I mean, it was just phenomenal, phenomenal, phenomenal. And we say thank you. We say thank you. Priscilla jumped in and got these things out for us, the announcements and all of that. From the depth of our heart, we say thank you. We say thank you. We are forever. You all show love. And that's what my mom was all about. And as I sat in the funeral and listened to everyone who talked, and this was prior to her home going too, you all have been so kind. My mom was a woman of love. My mom was a woman of love. And my desire is to continue in that footstep. I know a lot of you say that I act like I have the love like her and so forth. My Uncle Skip told me that her mantle has been passed down to me, and I believe that. I want to be, and I've always strived to do this, to be the woman of God that my mom was. And her legacy, even though she's not here in the natural, she lives in us. She lives in me. Man, I just we had some sisters to come over last night, the Rosier sisters. Their mother passed. I think it was November of last year. I think it was November of last year. Their dad passed 5 months later, and but they showed us. I mean, oh man, they came up, they fed us, but those sisters came over and a couple of their children, but they came over and they talked about it. Y'all, I sat there and I looked and they just warmed my heart because that's what we have been all our life. My mom, my dad raised us as siblings to really be there for one another and take care of each other. We don't let nobody interrupt that. Nobody, not the devil or anybody the devil try to use. And we are thankful. Minister Howard, thank you for your outreach to us. Greatly appreciated. You are phenomenal. Thank you so very much. And so today I wanted to talk about love, the power of life. Because as I sat there and listened to people express to my mom's family what she's done in their life, a lot of this we already knew, and a lot of this we already knew. Um, but just to hear it again from so many people, every time I meet somebody, that's before my mom passed. Every time I met somebody in the church, in the national conventions, anywhere, they always talked about the love my mom gave to them. That's my desire, to be that exact same loving person without respect the person, not rude and disrespectful and all that, none of that stuff, but to really get into all of that. So as I said, no one has to do anything for you. So we are personally thankful for all that you do. Priscilla, thank you. So my mom will always be the reason I am who I am. And I promise to serve in the spirit of love better and even more intentional than ever. I always look at myself because it's never one-sided. It's never one-sided. You may find fault with somebody else, but you have fault yourself. And so just as you pick out others' fault, others can pick out your fault. And just as you're condemning others for this, others are condemning you for that. And so that's what love is all about. Love, the Bible said love covers a multitude of fault. Because all of us can walk around, but others can walk around with you. Because none of us do everything right. None of us. And so to my awesome and amazing husband, Superintendent Jeremy Mandrell, thank you, sweetheart, just for being an awesome husband, an awesome man of God, an awesome man with wisdom and insight. Absolutely love you. And to my amazing production name, Priscilla, again, thank you. I know that it was a sacrifice for you and caring for your mom to come and be there. But thank you, all of you all, so very much. I wish I could. And I know people don't do anything for that name to be called. Not most people. The majority of the people, I know a few, but the majority of the people, I believe with all my heart that people don't really do things to be seen. I don't believe that. Not the majority of the people. They don't, and they don't want their name called. But y'all, it's good to say thank you to people. Say people don't have to do what they've done, and some of your lives are so much better because others help you. You never get to a place where you think, "Oh, I got it made now," and try to dismiss people. Because when time come back around, those people probably won't be there next time. They won't be there. So just let's keep going. So fulfilling your God given, you matter to me. Everybody who listen to this show right now, and everybody who will listen to the show, everyone who follow me. I've had so many people at my mom's homegoing. So many people told me that they follow me and listen to my broadcast. I am most honored that you would take the time to come and listen to my broadcast. broadcast. She told me that she keeps a notebook, and at 11:10, she started preparing with her pen and her paper so she can take notes. That touched my heart. That really touched my heart. I am super humbled by that. And I say thank you, thank you, thank you. That means a whole lot. So many people. And I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you so very much. So today I'm going to talk about love, the power of life. Love, the power of life. My god sister Ann often says how her godmother, my mom, saved her life. She often talk about that. I don't take that lightly. And when she said it this weekend, she was talking with me and she was telling me just some things, and how she's such a better person because my mom saved her life. And that's what I began to think about today's show, love, the power of life. The doctor said several times uh, that my mom was here because of love. And y'all, love ain't no one time thing. You can't really explain love. Thinking about Jesus on the cross when he was in the Garden of Gethsemane, and he was praying, that asking God if there was any other way he could redeem man back to himself, to take that cup from him. But there wasn't. But he was ridiculed and ostracized and so many things. Just like some of us, when we're there for people, sometimes we're ostracized, sometimes we're talked about. And it takes a lot, it takes a lot of faith and sincerity to love people in spite of. It really does. It takes a whole lot to love people in spite of. Because I tell you, there have been moments I just was, but the love of God is really in my heart. And my desire and my intentional acts in life have been to forgive some people because I don't think they're smart enough to understand what they're doing. So I forgive them. Some people, I think that mentally they don't have the mentality to understand some things. So that helped me to love them. And then I think about me. I think about myself, that I don't have it all together, right? And there are people who love me beyond measures. And I know that it got to be difficult in some aspect. They probably want to beat me side my head, probably like I want to beat them side their head. But love keep you from doing that. Love give life, the power of life. So what if I told you, and I just told you, that the single most important life altering force in the universe isn't wealth, is it in fame, or even geniuses, because being a genius. Because you know what? All of those things fail. You ain't gonna always have money. Some people will, but most of us won't always have money. Some people think, oh, I got 20,000, I got 50,000. That's not gonna last long. Especially if you don't know how to manage it. Oh, I'm famous. I'm famous. That's not gonna last long either. Because soon as you do whatever, people gonna forget. That's not gonna last long. Being a genius, that's not gonna. But you know what lasts forever? Love. Love lasts forever. And it's not just the butterflies in your stomach kind of love. It's not that. But it's the raw, transformative energy that fuels everything that is good, truly good. That's what it is. So we're diving into the deep, into the spiritual, philosophical, and practical power of love, exploring how this unseen force shape our resiliency. And I love to remind people, I do, because they get all flustered about this, but just look at yourself. If we honestly look at ourselves, it can help us love people better. You know, it helped me love people better. You look at your flaws, your faults, and I'm not talking about anybody else's. Your own personal shortcoming, your own personal shortcoming. And you have to be so careful because sometimes you can speak damnation on your own self. Because I promise you, life flips like this. Life just keep going like this. And so you have to be intentional about loving people. Love is the ultimate power of source. Love really is. God loved us before the foundation of the world. Love, and to truly understand the power of love, we must first redefine it. Okay, so we often confuse love with a passive feeling. Love supersedes feelings. Love go beyond feelings. But real love, the kind that move mountain, is an action. It is a choice. The renowned author Stevie Colbert captured this perfectly when he said, and I quote, "Love is a verb. Love, the feeling, is a fruit of that verb." Think about that. The wonderful feeling of love only follows the act of choosing to show up, to nurture, and to care. Self love is the absolute foundation. Self love, before you can act from a place of genuine, non dependent love for others, you must first have it for yourself. It is the practice of acceptance. And sometimes you have to look at people, the way they treat people, the way they act, it's because they're insecure in themselves. And they'll say something, "I ain't insecure." Yes, you are. Your action shows it. Your action shows it. The way you talk, the way you act, show that there's an insecurity on the inside of you. These people who kill other people, man, there's a self love missing on the inside. It's a self love missing on the inside. Okay, so we speak of God perfect love, of God's unconditional love, a model for our own. In the New Testament, we find the core instruction. This is what he says in Matthew 22 and 29, 39. Matthew 22 and 39. He said, "You shall love your neighbor as yourself." And so when people are rude and and just can't forgive and all of that to others, they don't do it to themselves. If they can get a healing on the inside, it bring a healing, it bring a peace. And you can kind of tell peaceful people. You can kind of tell peace follow them. So this command inherently prioritizes the "ask yourself" part. You can only give the quality of love to your neighbor that you have first given to yourself. So when you love yourself, you can gain the clarity to set boundaries, to walk away from what is toxic, and to demand to be treated with respect. Self love is the source of all your healthy power. Self love. And you know where the self love comes from? When we truly accept Jesus Christ in our heart. When we accept Jesus in our heart, the Bible says God is love. God is love. God knew that Jesus would be mistreated. Jesus knew it. Jesus knew it. But he came to give life. And love is the power of life. You know why there's so much hatred and all of this stuff in the world? There's a missing element on the inside of people who are hateful. Look, excuse me. Look at this world. Look at this world. Love ain't selfish. Love is not about itself. Love will sacrifice for others. Love will make that happen. And can I tell you something? No, if you really love, nobody can make you act differently. No one can make you act differently because you're loving. When I heard all of those things about my mom this weekend, man, it was love. Everyone who got up to speak talked about love. Those who did not speak, who talked to us or talked to me individually, I'm sure with my other siblings who talked individually, it was about love. Sunday, we sat over in, was it Sunday? Yeah. Sunday, we sat over in one little area of our hotel, and my uncle and my aunties and all of us was talking about the love of my mom, the love in our family. We talked about it. My uncle Skip was so happy because he said 100% of the Hunter immediate family attended this funeral. 100%. That's love, y'all. Love draw you to people. Love. Now, and some people want it so badly, so they act mean and hateful to others, so you can be kind to them. And when the person that they really don't like starts showing them attention, man, they change. That's all they wanted was a little attention, a little love, right? So we're looking at it. Love is a powerful shield against the world's hardest challenges. You can have a hard days at work. That's why I love my family. I love my family, and my father, and my mother instilled into our family, into those children, those 6 children, to love each other. And man, and I promise. I mean, I ain't got to promise it. I've had certain people to say, y'all keep that love up now. Why don't let it just have been a show because your mama was alive. Don't let it. I mean, I've had several people to say that. Don't let it be a show. My love ain't no show. I don't need my sister love. They ain't no show. Man, we love for real. We ain't perfect. None of us. And I definitely, that would help me even as I serve in Tallahassee. What keep me serving, I look at myself. I'm like Jesus said, the woman who were caught in adultery, he said, you without sin, cast the first stone. That's what he said. Then they come back in the scripture and write, love covered a multitude of sins, a multitude of faults. You know why? Because all of us got something. I don't like her. Somebody don't like you. And her might not like you. I don't like him. Him might not like you either. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We just love each other, right? We walk in this and just looking at my mom, looking at the people that she touched, looking at the word, listening to how the life has been changed. That was most rewarding to me. And I promise you, I gave my mom the best I could. I believe we all did. We gave our mom the best we could, and it was intentional. It was intentional. We intentionally gave my mom and my dad the best that they got. And our family home is still over on 3201 Northwest. That's our family house forever. That's our family house forever. Y'all remember on Big Mama? Big Mama, they came over to the house, I think every Sunday. Oh, thank you for. I mean, we gave her the best we could. There was no withholding. There was no. Tanya chose to stay there with her and be a primary caregiver. And there's not one time she asked us for. We were there. My sister Cindy from Scotland couldn't be there all the time. But can I tell y'all this? My sister Cindy came home for 35 days, and it costs a lot of money. It costs a lot of money. She went back home, and I think a week or two later, she had to come right back. And this time her husband and her daughter came with her. Do y'all know that's a lot of money? She could have easily said, and I wouldn't have thought nothing differently if she didn't come. Come right back. Because that's a lot of money. And, but she did it. And she's still here. Y'all understand that? All of us chipped in and it was whatever we could give our husband, all of the sisters' husband, my sisters, all of my sisters, my brother, we gave to my mom. We gave to my mom. And there is no keeping score. We all chose to give. Because you know what? That's how we were raised. We were raised. We were raised to give. We were raised on love. The principle of love was in our house. So the power of love create resilience and it foster forgiveness. Y'all know that love is one of the most, we're living in a hateful world. And I believe people choose to be hateful. People choose to be hateful. I do. This world, and we're praying right now that by 11:59 that this government don't shut down. Because it's going to affect a lot of people. I told God, even last night as I was here in this room, I told God, I said, God, I just wish you would bless those of us who are really not selfish, who really love everybody, who really love people in spite of, could bless us that we all could be a help to the people around us, those who will really use their money, their influence, their whatever to help. I wish there was no homeless people. I wish there was no poor people. But God, the Bible did say the poor we will have with us always. So the poor is going to always be here. But I really wish there was a way we can house the homeless, these immigrants that's being so rudely treated. I really wish there was a way that we can help everybody, y'all. I really do. That's my heart desire. That's why I serve with family affairs. That's why I serve in these school systems, my church, and everything. It's because I wish everybody could be happy, 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 happy. I wish no one had to hold the "I will work for food" sign. I really do. I wish no one had to work for that. I wish people didn't have to sell their bodies. I really wish that. And that's the love that my mom and dad had. That's the kind of love they had. We saw it in our own house. We saw it in our own house. No respect the person. No respect the person. Just, life is a struggle, man. Shoot, life is a struggle. Life is a struggle. And if you ain't struggling, just hold on. But life is a struggle. The ancient philosopher, Lao-Tzu, he said this. He said, being deeply loved by someone gives you strength, while loving someone deeply gives you courage. Thank you, Minister Howard. Love in its most practical form is the well of strength and courage we draw from when we're facing adversity. We are deeply loved, man. That when people, and you know what, you can feel love. You can feel love. And let me say this. Love don't mean that I have to accept your behavior. I do not. That's I don't have to accept you being rude and think you all of that. Love make me walk away from you. Love make me say, okay, do your thing. That what love make me do. Because the Bible says, follow peace with all men, and holiness without no man shall see the Lord. They don't say that scripture much anymore. We grew up on that scripture, my Lord. Follow peace with all men, and holiness without no man shall see the Lord. Love calls you to show up when the world is dark. And we don't excuse, let me say this. We don't excuse your behavior because we love you. And sometimes we'll find the fault, and sometimes you'll find the fault over here, but people over here find the fault with you. Sometimes we think this person, you just made it, whatever. And people over here saying, I can't believe that. You understand what I'm saying? So you over here, and I don't know who said this, maybe y'all can help. But remember they said when you point a finger at one, there's 4 pointing back at you. So when you're pointing at others, you better believe therefore some don't have friends because of that. Or some got friends who just decide to talk, tolerate or whatever. But you got to understand, love, the ones who shows up when the world is dark, that is yet a profound power of connection. Man, all those hundreds of people who attended that funeral, the wake, those of you who sent text messages and calls and food to the house, brought food to the house, sent money, sent flowers, beautiful flowers were sent. And that spray that my sister Tanya, my auntie and cousin asked us yesterday, where those flowers come from? We're like, Tanya ordered them. Beautiful. People I ain't never seen it either. That's why I keep posting it on my Facebook page. Because I just never seen that kind of flowers like that, Minister Howard. Never seen that. Can I tell you who really taught me the real essence of love? And I'm going off a little bit of what I have for you, because I really stayed up and did this stuff right here. But can I want to share this with y'all. And many of y'all heard this story before, but it was Millicent Wilson mother and father, her father, and her mom just passed 2 months ago, as a matter of fact. Some of you all do not know Millicent Wilson, but I'm about to tell you who she is. Millicent Wilson attended FAMU, and in 1981, October 17th of no, was it 1981, sweetheart? 1982, 1982. In 1982, she thank you so much, Cynthia. And can I say to the thousand who watched these services on StreamYard, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Millicent Wilson was brutally murdered in McGuinn Hall at FAMU. I believe it was 1982. I believe it was 1982 or 1981. You all can listen. Her name is Millicent Wilson, Millicent, Millicent Wilson. She was a member of Watson Temple. She was brutally murdered. I mean, brutally. Someone left the door propped open to let someone in. And the guy who murdered her came in. He raped her, brutally raped her, broke a broom handle, and maliciously raped that young lady. And I'm going into detail like that because I want to paint a picture of what real love looked like. When they got time for court, I had the honor of taking her mom and dad to court every single day as they faced that murderer who killed their daughter. He sat in the courtroom and he smiled at them. He laughed in their face every single day because they had to go to court. I want y'all to, this is real love. And I promise you that taught me a lesson. But he sat there, he laughed in their face every single day as I sat next to her dad. He laughed in their face every day. They brought him in, shackled in handcuffs and the leg cuffs. The mom couldn't take it anymore. One day he walked in court and Elaine Shepard was in there. She looked just like Millicent looked like her. And it scared him. When it got time for sentencing, listen to this. Of course, they were going to find him guilty. They had in the world. They had all the evidence. They were going to find him guilty. So what happened was this. Mr. Wilson, Elder Wilson, the judge said, we sentenced you, you are guilty. The verdict, he had a jury trial, came back, first degree murder for, I forgot, he had several accounts. First degree murder. They were going to give him the death sentence. He was going to be killed. Mr. Wilson stood up and said, Judge, I have something to say. And of course, everybody in the courtroom became quiet. Mr. Wilson said, even though I'm grieving because he murdered my daughter, you all have done justice to him. I do not want him to be killed. He said, do not kill him. Listen to this. He said, I love him. Courtroom went just like me. He said, and he's a soul. He said, just keep him locked up in prison for the rest of his life. Don't give him any parole for prison. Let him stay in prison the rest of his life. And perhaps he'll find Jesus. And the love of Jesus will get in his heart and maybe he'll change. That was the first time that young man cracked. Tears came down his eyes. Because Mr. Wilson had all of the right in the world to want him to be murdered just like he murdered his daughter. But Mr. Wilson showed me on earth The greatest act of love. Show me the greatest act of love. We got in the car. I said, wow, Elder Wilson, I don't know if I could have done that. And you know what that man told me? If you have Jesus in your heart, you'll do it. He gave that man life. The love through him gave that man life. Two other examples. Y'all know Miss Agnes Fury. Some of you do. I became her granddaughter. Miss Agnes, I became her granddaughter. Man killed, murdered her daughter and her grandson brutally. Eventually, she became a friend of his. They co-authored a book. She wanted to visit him in prison, but they didn't allow that because, of emotion, whatever. But she showed me Doris Strong, who I call my auntie, excuse me, who became like a daughter to Miss Agnes. They murdered her father, and she became friends with the murderer. Yo, that's love. That's love. And if anybody listen to me and you got something against your family member, get rid of that mess. That's stupidity. That's ignorance. Get rid of that mess. People who have wronged you, there are consequences that must be met. They may have to go to jail. They may, but if you have an opportunity to say, give them life over death, choose life. Choose life. Choose life. Give people life. How do you do that, Judy? Love them. Love people for real. Love people for real. And I told y'all once before, why one reason why I was treating old people with the highest respect, because my mama was old. And I wanted per adventure, she needed favor or whatever from anybody else, that it would have come from, I treated people right. My siblings treated people right, so it could come back on her. But not only that, so it can come back on us. Sometimes, y'all, we don't get the favor that we need because we don't do right by people. Love make you do right. Love will make you do right. Love will make you do right. Real love. It'll make you do it. And we need it. Our world is so hateful. Our love is so hateful. And it's not just in the street, because people, no matter where they are, all of a sudden you get this profound whatever. Now everybody, no, treat people right. Muhammad taught this: be merciful to others and you will receive mercy. Forgive others and God will forgive you. Yes. God, Jesus taught that in the world. In the Bible, he said, if you don't forgive, he ain't gonna forgive you. That's what God taught. And he didn't teach us to handle people with no long handled spoon. The relationship may not be like it used to be, but don't you let love, because God look at our heart, everybody. He looks at our heart. You can say whatever. God look at our heart. And one of the greatest gifts you can give to people who wrong you is one of the greatest gifts you can give to people who wrong you is forgiveness. And I got people I've forgiven. They ain't done, and I don't even go tell them you done me wrong. They ain't necessary. They know, and me too. But my responsibility is to make sure and people around me, especially that inner circle that's around me almost every single day, we work intentionally to love each other. That's part of the circle creed. It is. We ain't rude, we ain't disrespectful. We help each other. We help each other. Because none of us in this world know everything. None of us. And so you glean from each other. People who know and people who've been where you got to go, receive how to do things with them, from them. Don't be so, just receive it. And forgiveness is a profound act of self-love. It comes from your own heart. From, yeah. You want to grow, you want self-grow, love yourself. Some people, I love myself. I dress myself. No, you can tell. I, I really can look at the gift of discernment is real, and you can tell when people really love themselves. Deep down on the inside, they got a missing element. And when I see that, I pray and God help them. And when I see that in me, I pray and say, Lord, help me. Sometimes you need to go to a good therapist just so you can see, they can show you from another perspective. I look at the people around me writing books, dreaming, building, all of that. That's what I live for. Because the love in me want me to help others be the best them they can be. It for real. It is no joke. And so I want you to pause for a moment and think of a time love gave you the strength to do something you thought was impossible. I want you to pause for a moment and think of a time that love gave you strength to do something you thought was impossible. You know, just think about it. Just think about it. Okay. This and I like this. The ancient Greek philosopher Plato famously said, "At the touch of love, everyone becomes a poet. Love doesn't just steady us; it expands us. Love give us is the greatest source of human creativity. Think of all the works of art, all the symphonies, all the literature. So many are inspired by the pursuit of joy or the loss of love. Love compares us to express the inexpressible. My goddaughter Cameron, and I'm noticing in, man, they can draw. The art that they're doing is absolutely beautiful. They can take something from their imagination and make it happen. That's how Disney got started. You know, the imagination. Love can cause you to express, you know, and a lot of time when people are hurt, they paint these pictures. A lot of time when people are sad, a lot of time when people go through different things, man, get you a paintbrush, get you a canvas, a blank canvas, that's a blank cardboard, something. Get you a blank piece of paper and draw or throw art. No, you know, you can just throw art together. You can just throw paint on the wall. You can just do this and do that. And people would buy that for thousands of dollars. They will, especially when you do it out of love. Man, it's when you do things out of love, it's so much different. Man, it's so much different. And when things are done out of love, you know, things are done out of love. It is so different. Not just in romance, y'all, in the community. Love is a connecting power. Love connects you. It's a ripple effect. When you choose to act from a place of love and empathy, you influence the entire environment around you. The entire environment around you. When we express love to those around us, our family, our friends, our colleagues, even strangers, we are practicing that unity. We are lighting up the world. Love, therefore, becomes a form of service. It is the active extension to kindness and understanding. Love is the extension to kindness and understanding. By extending kindness, we not only boost the well-being of the recipient, but research has shown that these acts also enhance the psychological and physical health of the giver. So when you're giving it out, man, love enhance you. Love, and I really wish we all would become better lovers, not sexually, just better lovers. Okay, helping people become better lovers, helping us to love each other. Love versus the love of power. The world often seems driven by the love for power. They're often seeing the love for power. They want control. They want to dominate, to win at all costs. But the love of power is a greater antidote to this. Jimi Hendrix said this: when the power of love overcomes the love, when the power for love overcomes the power of love, the world, when the power of love overcomes the power for love, the world will know more peace. The love for power is rooted in ego and fear. It seeks to mold others into what we want them to be. But the love of power, love, the power of life, we're rooted in vulnerability and trust. True love demands freedom. It allows the other person to be their authentic self. And I appreciate that. I did a survey once, and out of 225 people, 222 people said that one of my greatest attribute was allowing people to be their authentic self. That's what they said, allowing people to be their authentic self. So the love for power, they just want to dominate. But the love of power, allow people to be who they are. The love of power is a source of respect. It allows people to change without us trying to control them. Unfortunately, we're living in a time now where the upper leadership of the world want the love for power. To love, and y'all catch this. I've experienced this, and I'm sure I experienced this more in life, and so will you. But to love deeply and for real is a risk of getting hurt. To love deeply and for real is a risk of getting hurt. I promise myself, ain't nobody gonna tell me how to love anybody. No one. No one. You know, I love you. Some people have been, they've been rude. I'm sure I've been rude to somebody else too. Some people ain't treat me right. I'm sure I ain't treat people right too. I'm sure. But when you do treat it right, it's a risk of getting hurt. But that risk is the only way to achieve true love. Jesus took a risk on us, right? Then he asked the disciple, who do men say I am? Who are they? What are they saying about me out there? You out there with them. What are they saying about me? What are they talking about me? What are they saying? You the devil? You think you all of that? That's what they said about Jesus. They call him the devil. He thought he was all of that. He eat with sinners. He think he the king. He trying to be equal with God. That's what they said. So this is what Jesus said. Who do you say that I am? Who do you say that I am? You with me all the time. You seen me do what I do. Who do you say that I am? Who do you say I am? And people are gonna know you. Not by the things that you give, but the love. That's what the Bible said. The love you have one for another. We're about to face some rocky time, y'all. Rockier. And you better make sure that what you have given is love, because you wanted to come back. You wanted to come back. Okay, what did anybody say? We all want to be loved. And guess what? You can't choose who gonna love you right. Because sometimes those very people you think love you, they don't love you. But you'll know from the depth of your heart. You would know. And one of the greatest passage I want you all to go back and read is 1 Corinthians, the 13th chapter. It speaks of what love is. It speaks of a love that is fundamentally humble. It speaks of the love that gives power to life. It says love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrong. A love that is not proud, not self-seeking, and keeps no record of wrong is a love that gives power to life. And that's what we got to do. Unconditional giving of ourselves. Yeah. So I'm getting ready to conclude this for today. We've seen how it becomes the source of our resilient love, the power of life. It becomes the source of our resilience, courage, and forgiveness. And we'll recognize its profound role as a catalyst for creativity, connection, and place. Love is not a passive emotion. It is an infinite well action. And I want to leave you with the powerful words of Martin Luther King Jr. He said, darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. The power of life is in your hands, in your heart. Choose to draw from that well today. Choose to act with love. Choose to act with love. And I want you, if this episode resonated with you, please take a moment to share it. Please take a moment to share it on your page. Please take a moment to do that. Okay? I am so serious about love. Love, this true ultimate power of life in the enduring truth of the Christian faith. We have examined love. We have looked at it, unconditional love. And remember, God said this, treat others as you want to be treated. So the way you treat people, if that's how you want to be treated, keep treating them like that. If you're pleased with how you treat people, keep treating them like that. Because the Bible said we reap what we sow. So that's how you want to be treated. Keep treating people just the way you treat it. Be mindful. Just keep treating them like that. I'm not saying the way you treat, however you treat people, keep treating them like that. Okay, God is love. God is love. The Apostle John gives us the definitive statement on this. Beloved, let us love one another, for love is from God. And everyone who loves is born of God and knows God. The one who does not love, does not know God, for God is love. That's the show for today. I want to thank you so very much for tuning in. So I want you to go forth today. Transform your action. Let your forgiveness be a reflection of the grace you have received. Let your kindness be a testimony to the hope that lives within you. Okay, so thank you all for joining. I am still in Fort Lauderdale. I can't wait to get back to Tallahassee, to get back going, get things running again. I broke my wrist. In case some of y'all are wondering what happened, I fell. I broke my wrist, and but I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay. And I love you all so very much. I want you to join us tonight. We will have Bible study tonight at 7 o'clock with our PowerPoint. And Superintendent Daryl Mandrell will be teaching Bible study tonight, I believe. And just join us every Sunday for morning worship at 11 a.m. I look forward to being in the house Sunday morning, and we're looking for God to bless us immensely. Minister Howard, thank you so very much, and all of those, Cynthia Newsom, and all of those who are tuned in. I greatly appreciate you so very much. Those who listen on the radio, thank you. Again, thank you all for being so kind to my family. We greatly appreciate it. And we pray, I pray that I never underestimate the power of love that you give to me. And that I hope that I am a mirror of real love, not false love. So I end this show. I want to close it with this. And now abide faith, hope, love, these three. But the greatest of these is love. May the God of peace fill you with his love, and may you know his grace, and may your life be a source of his transforming power for all the world to see. The Bible said, love others, do unto others, and you will have others do unto you. Love everybody. That's real talk.
Real talk with Judy on the radio. Real Talk with Judy. Real Talk with Judy on the radio.